Hey, what's up, guys? Wanted to continue the series that I started a while back about everyday carry items and building an everyday carry system, or the way that I've done it, or the way that I'm doing it now. I've been doing this stuff for quite some time now. So as you guys know, things change over the years. Sometimes things change far more often than that, based on different circumstances and different considerations. And also, oftentimes we find that certain things just don't work out for us the way we intended to. So we have to kind of check and adjust, I guess you could say. Excuse me. So with that being the case, this is what I'm using for an everyday carry bag currently. And I've had this bag for a while. It's just like a Walmart brand outdoor products, like commercial hiking style day pack or something. Very simple and not like a traditional tactical style backpack or anything, but very functional. It's got some decent organization to it, and it served me well off and on for the past several years. And I just recently drug it back out of a tote and decided to go ahead and start getting it some more field use and utilizing it in an everyday capacity once again. And I wanted to go through this stuff, but I don't want it to be like a 30-45 minute video covering the bag. So I'll just kind of break it down and do a little, maybe 2 or 3 items here and basically at one time, so that the video doesn't just drag on and kind of lose people's attention and interest. So let's talk about what we've already covered. We've already covered on body carry and the things that I've been doing recently, and you can go back channel and see those videos. And we also covered the everyday carry fanny pack right here and its contents in a separate video as well. So that made for 2 portions of this series. So we'll go ahead and set that aside since we've already went over that. Only thing that's different about that is I recently added this little first aid or medical style cross patch on there. And other than that, everything in there is pretty much the same, and I still use it in the same fashion. So, and then here in the main compartment of this bag, I have my other trauma kit, excuse me, which is my larger one. And we will cover that again in a separate module. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is something that we can find right in here, and that is this little pouch right here, and we will cover its contents for this video session. So it's just a little tool organizer pouch that you can find at the hardware stores or anything like that, with a zipper on it and a lanyard loop. No big deal. They make them in different sizes. This one works out pretty well for what I have going on here. So I'm gonna just dump everything right out here so you can see it all, and then we'll talk about it. So I got extra batteries for my flashlight. So I got 2 CR123s and 2 Energizer something or another AA batteries. So that'll cover my lighting that I'm carrying with me every day. That'll actually feed both of my flashlights, my pocket light and my larger light, which is the Streamlight Polytac that we talked about, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. So I got extra batteries covered there. And then I also have a lens cloth in there, because whether you need to clean your glasses or an optic or whatever, a lens cloth is handy. It doesn't weigh much and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And it can help you to keep from scratching up your lenses and stuff by trying to use a shirt or something that may have debris on it. So a lens cloth definitely makes sense to me. Fingernail clipper has saved me many a time. So I definitely like to have one of those available. And then we have, here is a Torx bit set, very like small ones. And these are great for tightening up fasteners on knives and stuff of that nature. And I've gotten a lot of use out of this thing over the years. So that's been very handy. That's something that I actually have used a lot. And the way I do it is, if I look back at my bag and I go through it, and there's something in there that I just haven't used like ever, then, you know, maybe it's time to kind of reassess and say, hey, you know, is this something that I really even need to have in here? Or is it just, you know, dead weight? But all this stuff right here comes in quite handy. I also have a knife sharpener, and this one has this little spike on it too, so that you can sharpen serrations on a serrated knife. So very handy. I've used that a bunch of times, and I enjoy having a knife sharpener available to me pretty much anywhere that I am. So that I do think that makes sense as well. I got this seal cock key. I just recently added this. I haven't had to use it, but as you guys know, on most commercial or industrial buildings and stuff, you have to have one of these to access or to activate the water spigots on the outside of those buildings, and they're everywhere. So I felt like that makes sense in the event that something happens or a situation comes up where I just have to have some water right then. So to me, that makes sense as well. So I went ahead and tossed it in there. It is kind of heavy and it's awkwardly shaped, but at the end of the day, if you need water, you just got to have water. And that's one of the things that can make or break you in a situation. In line with the need to have water and being able to access it, I also have some aqua tabs. I can't talk for shit right now. I have some aqua tabs right here, some water treatment tablets, and there's 4 of these in here. That way, if something happens and you got some questionable water, or maybe there's a boil water advisory, or maybe there's something weird's going on, or you just in a place where you don't necessarily trust the water coming out of the tap or whatever source you may be using, any number of different reasons, this just gives you another option to be able to treat water before you end up drinking it. So, and again, slim, it doesn't cost me any really added weight or bulk, so I feel like it made sense to go ahead and toss those in there as well. And then here I have just a button compass with a wrist strap on it. It's not the greatest compass, I get it. It's not like some high spec military grade compass that you would want to, you know, navigate cross country with, but it beats not having a compass, especially if that's the only compass that you have. Then it's better than no compass at all. So, and again, in keeping with the theme, it's compact, lightweight, and it doesn't take up much space or anything. So to me, it makes sense to go ahead and have that available as well. And then here I just have a P38 can opener, and this is just like a little pry bar style of tool by Night Eyes. I've had it for a while, so I just tossed that in there also. And then right here, this is the Gerber dime, little micro multi-tool. You know, it's obviously made for light duty, but you get a bottle opener, you get a small set of pliers here, some wire snips, and you get a flat head, a Phillips head, and a small knife. You also get a small pair of scissors here. And one of my favorite things about this, if not my favorite thing, is the fact that you get a small set of tweezers on here. Most of us don't generally just carry tweezers, like a full size set of tweezers. These are not going to be like medical grade or anything like that, but they are tweezers, and you can get splinters and stuff out with them in a pinch. And again, that's an item that serves multiple purposes. So I've always liked the Gerber dime, especially once I figured out, or once I learned that they were putting the tweezers in there. I was like, dude, that's dope as hell. So I went ahead and grabbed one. I'd like to have another one. Probably should get one, but I really like those little small multi-tools right there. I think they're quite handy if you use them, you know, for something that's reasonable for what they're built for. So that's what I wanted to cover with you guys today. And let me know any thoughts or comments, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.